Episode 4 of Paradise Season 2 focuses on birth, death, and the idea of the future. Almost every storyline in this episode is about new life coming into the world, while at the same time someone else is dying, missing, or moving closer to danger. The episode begins with a flashback where Cal, Xavier, and Billy go to Sinatra's office to tell her that the first baby in the bunker is about to be born. This should be a big moment for everyone, because this is the first child born after the apocalypse, but Sinatra doesn't react with excitement. Her reaction shows how much pressure she feels. She is responsible for keeping the bunker running, and she is still dealing with the death of her son, so survival for her matters more than happiness. The bunker isn't a normal society, and moments that should feel joyful are treated carefully because one mistake could affect everyone. Cal reacts differently. He believes the birth of a child means something bigger than the rules of the bunker. So even though Sinatra doesn't approve a big celebration, he makes sure the maternity ward feels special. This difference between them shows how the show keeps putting hope and responsibility against each other. Cal wants people to feel human again, while Sinatra thinks like a leader who can't afford to relax. The show is asking whether people can really build a future if they never allow themselves to feel hope in the present. When Luisa goes into labor, the situation quickly becomes dangerous and the doctors rush her into surgery for an emergency C-section. Since Luisa lost her partner during the apocalypse and has no family left, the moment becomes even more emotional because she has no one to stand beside her. Cal decides to go into the operating room with her, not because he has to, but because he understands that she needs someone there. Xavier follows as well, because the president can't be left alone, and this puts both of them in a situation that feels more personal than political. Luisa is scared that something will go wrong, and Cal tries to calm her down by saying that babies are built to survive even the worst situations. That line connects to the whole story of the show. Humanity survived the apocalypse, the bunker survived the collapse of the world, and now this baby is surviving a dangerous birth. The moment the baby is born safely, the scene feels like proof that life keeps going no matter how broken the world becomes. The show isn't saying survival is easy, but it keeps showing that survival is part of human nature, and people will keep trying to live even when everything feels hopeless. Later in the episode, Sinatra visits Luisa and offers to watch the baby so she can sleep. This is a very quiet scene, but it reveals more about Sinatra than any of her speeches. While sitting with the baby, she talks about how one day children like him will see the sun and stars again. This connects directly to the secret project she has been working on, the one the show keeps hinting at but never fully explains. Sinatra clearly believes the bunker is not meant to be permanent, and she is trying to find a way for humanity to live on the surface again. This moment makes her character more complicated. She often looks like the villain because she makes cold decisions and keeps secrets, but this scene shows that she is thinking about the future more than anyone else. She isn't trying to control people just to have power. She believes she is doing what is necessary to make sure humanity doesn't become extinct. The show keeps asking whether it is wrong to make harsh choices if the goal is to save everyone, and Sinatra represents that idea better than any other character. On the surface, Annie finally frees Xavier after deciding he isn't a threat, and he learns that he is in Graceland. Through his conversations with her, she has already learned a lot about the bunker, Atlanta, and the people still alive, but now she wants more details because she is pregnant and wants her child to be born somewhere safe. Annie wants to go to the bunker in Colorado because she believes it is the only place where her baby can survive, while Xavier wants to go to Atlanta first so he can find Teri. Their argument lasts for days, and during that time, the show lets them talk about fear, family, and what it means to raise a child in a world that has once already ended. This part of the episode shows the difference between how they see the world. Annie believes the outside world is too dangerous to trust anyone, because that is how she survived for so long. Xavier believes people need to trust each other again, because without trust there is no way to rebuild society. Neither of them is completely right. In the end, Annie agrees to go to Atlanta first, which shows that even in a broken world, people can still choose to help each other. While resting in a church, Xavier tells Annie about the dreams he keeps having, where he is walking down a corridor with Link, like they are heading towards something important. Annie thinks the dreams are just the result of his injury, But the fact that Link is having the same dreams makes it clear that something else is happening. The show doesn't explain it yet, but it feels connected to the bunker and to whatever Sinatra is secretly working on. As Xavier and Annie travel, Annie warns him not to trust strangers, but he still greets people they pass on the road because he believes humans can't rebuild anything if they are always afraid of each other. Later, they stop at the diner when Annie's contractions start getting stronger, and the scene slows down to show them talking about childbirth, family, and the idea of bringing a child into a world that is still dangerous. When her water breaks, Xavier runs to the farmhouse they passed earlier to ask for help. At first, the family looks scared and suspicious, which makes sense in a world like this. But once they understand that Annie is about to give birth, they help without hesitation. This moment shows that the world may be broken, but people haven't completely lost their humanity. Annie gives birth safely, but the situation turns tragic when complications cause her to bleed out. Before she dies, she makes Xavier promise that he will protect her daughter, take her to Link, and give her the message she wrote when she is old enough. The scene is emotional, but it fits the pattern the whole episode has been building. Every time a new life appears, something else is lost. The bunker baby almost cost Luisa her life, and Annie's baby costs Annie her own. The show keeps reminding us that the future always comes with a price. Survival is possible, but it is never free. Someone always has to sacrifice something, and the characters are starting to realize that building a new world might hurt just as much as losing the old one. Link is also shown having the same dreams as Xavier, which makes it clear their stories are connected in a way that hasn't been explained yet. Instead of waiting for the delayed train, Link decides to lead his group straight to the bunker, showing that he doesn't trust the system and doesn't want to wait for permission. At the end of the episode, Xavier finally reaches Atlanta, but instead of finding Teri, he learns that she is gone. Someone says she was kidnapped. At the same time, Link and his group arrive at the bunker and demand to be let in, which connects all the storylines together at once. Xavier has lost Annie, can't find Teri, and knows his children are inside the bunker, while Link is standing right outside its door. Everything is moving toward the same place, and it feels like the story is getting ready for a moment where everyone's goals will collide. Each character believes they are trying to save the future, but they all want different things, and the show keeps asking whether humanity can survive if everyone has a different idea of what survival means. Episode 4 is about the future being born while the past is still falling apart. The main idea of the episode is simple but important. Humanity survived the end of the world, but now it has to decide what kind of world it wants to live in next, and that decision might be harder than surviving the apocalypse itself. Make sure to like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video, and I will see you in the next one.